Hi, thank you for tuning in to the Natasha No Show. Today's guests, I have AMIR J. Williams, DONNA PERRIN of Donna's Treat So Sweet, and entertainer KFHOX performing Back With You.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Ray Kings. Please, quiet down. Please, quiet down. I'd like to introduce to you, come here. Watch your step now. The beautiful, amazing, and talented KFHOX.
When I first laid eyes on you, well, I was already through. You had me hand alone, there was nothing left for me to do. We talked for a little while, and thinking of you made me smile. I was mesmerized, I fell for your charm and your style. First came love, then came pain. Rose with the sun, left with the rain. You got me feeling blue, yeah. Break me down and build me up. Drain my heart, fill me back up. I'm back with you. I'm back with you. I'm back with you, yeah. Ooh, I'm back with you. You came like a hurricane, and there were times I felt insane. But I would close my mind and stick around through all the pain. Last time we said we're done, I meant it like every other one. But you got me to stay for the millionth time. You have won. Break me down and build me up. Drain my heart, fill me back up. I'm back with you. First came love, then came pain. Rose with the sun, left with the rain. You got me feeling blue. Cause when I met you, I just knew you were bad for me. But like a fool, I move forward like a parody. A reenactment like a joke, I just keep coming back. And even though your love chose to get you off my back, and every time that I leave, swear that it's the end. But like the poor, you cry wolf. So I'll just pretend, cause it's something that you do. You got me feeling blue. Well, I don't know what to do, cause I'm back with you. First came love, then came pain. Rose with the sun, left with the rain. I'm back with you.
Hi, welcome back to the Natasha No Show. Today's guest is Miss KFHOX. KFHOX is a singer and songwriter. She is a regular on the New York City live music circuit since she touched the scene in 2009. She's recorded at Bob Marley's Tough Gong Studios and House of Hits in Kingston, Jamaica. In 2017, Clearport, Austin, Texas, where she opened for Grammy Award-winning Morgan Heritage. When not performing, she's an avid writer constantly working on a growing catalog of music. She most recently released a self-illustrated children's book based on her song, Screaming to Be Free, which is now available on Amazon.com. She also released her first full-length album, Journey of a Gemini, in August of 2015, and is currently working on her next project, an EP entitled Soul Has No Color. KFHOX made her way to the 59th Annual Grammy Awards with her song, Daydream, making it onto the first round ballot for Song of the Year and Best Pop Solo Performance. Please join me in welcoming Miss KFHOX.
Yay.
Welcome, and thank you
Thanks
being
for having me, yes.
Thank you for being on the Natasha No Show. I'm super excited to interview you. I've heard so much about you, and you have a beautiful smile, beautiful presence about you, so
Thank you.
I'm excited. So with that being said, tell us, what are you currently up to? Like, what's happening?
So, as you mentioned, I'm currently working on my new project called Soul Has No Color. It's an EP. I'm also working on writing for some other artists. So just a lot of writing going on right now. And the children's book is up and out. It should be out at Barnes & Noble fairly soon. So lots of stuff in the works, lots of stuff in the pipeline. And the ballots are about to be open at the end of the summer for the Grammys once again.
Nice.
So making sure that I have all of my music ready for submission.
Right.
And yeah, just working a lot, performing a lot, and doing promo for the children's book.
And having fun.
Yes.
Looks like you're like having fun, enjoying, which
That
is a
is
great
what life
thing.
is about.
When did you notice like the desire, like your ability to sing?
Since I had a memory, pretty much. As long as I can remember being a little girl, everything was a song, everything was a commercial, everything was a microphone. And I was raised by a woman who was a photographer, so I was always in front of a camera. So
I can
it was,
tell with the smile.
I just, it felt like God just kind of gave it to me right away. Yeah. And I've always loved music. I was a band geek. I played the drums from 5th grade to high school.
Okay.
I was always in choirs and choruses. So music has just been the fabric of my life, my entire life.
Mm-hmm. I can picture you when you said that, like the School of Rock, and you just
Yes,
like
I was in
jamming
marching
out.
band, jazz band. I was a bass drum player in the marching
Right.
band. I was in jazz band, concert bands.
Nice.
Everything, yeah.
So I know early on during your career you experienced a little bit of rough patches and things like that. How do you seem to pull it all together? Like, you know, just have that aura, that, like I said, that presence about you where you're just like high, you know, and smiley and just like, you know, wanting everybody to be free.
Yeah.
How do you keep that, you know, that sense about you? How do you keep that?
So I think that in the beginning, when I really first started pursuing music, you know, I was homeless for a period of time, and I really leaned on my faith. My faith was really integral to me getting through what I was going through, but it was also kind of a necessary part of my journey to show me that I could lean on my faith, and that I would always be provided for. And I've come so far, and so when I look back on that period of time, and it's like, wow, that's so amazing. And when I wrote Screaming to Be Free, which is all about having a dream in your heart and making your dreams come true, I was homeless when I wrote it.
Beautiful video.
Thank you.
By the way, the kids are all smiling.
Yeah.
You're smiling. It made me feel like you were on the island somewhere and you were actually in a park.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were
so
in
it
New
was
Rochelle.
nice. Okay, cool.
But yeah, so I think that experience, you know, looking back and realizing that I wrote the song during such a dark time, it was really just an example of my faith, and that I knew that in that darkness that the light was sure to come, and having that faith that it was on the horizon is what kept me going through everything.
Nice.
And I've just, now going through that and having gotten through it, now everything's kind of like, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
So it put a lot of things into perspective for me.
And I believe that that's like such a beautiful thing for you to have done it with a smile.
Yeah.
You know, and like have like this upbeat type of energy.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, watching your works and things like that, I felt it. I felt that energy.
Yeah.
You know? So with that said, who inspired you, you know, to do what you do?
So, I mean, I've had a ton of musical inspirations, but I would honestly say that my biggest inspiration in my life has been the woman that raised me. I was raised by another family, and so my biological family was always there, but another family stepped in to take care of me because my parents were just too ill to do so. And she really always encouraged me as a writer. As I mentioned, she was a photographer, so I was always her model in her when she was at photography school. And she has always believed in me even when I didn't always believe in myself. And she really planted that seed throughout my life, that no matter what I was going through or when I doubted myself, she believed in me so much that I couldn't help but believe in myself at some point too.
Right. Wow,
But
I have like goosebumps. So I know we're gonna have to wrap it up soon, but before we do, I would love for you to tell all of our viewers like what's next for you, like your social media sites. Tell
Sure.
everyone how we can follow you and support you.
Got it. So KFHOX is spelled a little bit differently.
Yes,
My name
I'll
is
hold
Catherine F. Hoxie, so it's KFHOX. You can go to my website. It's kfhox.com, kfox.com. All my music's on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. And stay tuned for Soul Has No Color. That's my next EP coming up.
Nice. Spell it one more time for us. For the viewers.
KFHOX. And if you just Google that or you put it into any social media, you'll find me pretty much everywhere.
Okay. Thank you again.
Thank you for having
so
me.
like excited about you being on. I love like just being around you and your energy. So thank you for
Likewise.
coming on the Natacha
Thank
No
you.
Show. And we are going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back to the Natacha No Show. Thank you.
Natasha knows. You know what it is. Natasha knows.
Welcome back to the Natasha Knows Show. Today's guest is Mr. AMIR J. Williams. At the age of 2, AMIR began his career in acting, appearing in numerous commercials and print. In 1988, at the age of 6, he landed the role of J.T. Rollins in the first season of the hit show A Different World. He took over the role of Jamal Wilson on the soap opera All My Children, where he remained for several years. He also appeared in numerous television movies, such as Daybreak on HBO in 1993, Silent Witness, What a Child Saw, aired on USA in 1994, and The Anissa Ayala Story. AMIR appeared on television shows such as New York Undercover and Law & Order. He played the voiceover role of Mac McKenzie on the MTV cartoon Daria, where he remained until its end. He retired in the year of 2000 at the age of 18 to pursue writing and other interests. His first literary work, The Blackbird Chronicles, Volume 1, is a work of 10 short stories, with more volumes to follow. His second work is a full-length novel, Flame of Retribution, which he will be sharing. Please join me in welcoming actor, author, and director, Mr. AMIR J. Williams.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Glad to be here. Thank
Yes,
you.
so welcome to the Natasha
Thank you
Knows
so
Show.
much.
I'm super excited for you to be here as well. What are you, we're gonna just jump right into it.
Okay.
So what are you currently up to? Tell us like what's going on with you. How's
Well,
life treating you?
Good, good. I mean,
That's
busy,
Nice.
but good. Primarily, I've been working on promoting the book, so I've been, doing different signings, different places.
Nice.
And
Can you name a few places?
sure,
We
I've done,
frequent?
I've done a signing up in Westchester. There's a place there called Barcelona Bites. I've done some signings in the city, various places. So now I'm just, looking to move around and basically broaden the reach and
Nice.
bring more attention to the book and just working.
Yeah.
Just
So you're
fun.
good busy.
Yeah,
Not,
good
not
busy.
like an
good busy.
exhausted busy. Like I
No,
don't want to
good
be
busy.
doing this busy.
No.
You're like, yeah,
No,
I want more.
I'm definitely happy about what I'm doing. And I'm
Right.
definitely excited about it. So
Yeah, that's
just
good.
working hard.
So now, what actually inspired you to become a writer?
Well, when I was on set young, I always wanted to be on the writing side of things, to basically have some control over the type of characters that we see and to put different stories out there. So that was always a dream. And I always wrote short stories ever since I was young.
Right.
And I read a lot also. That was a pastime for
What
me,
age
reading a lot.
were you when you really,
Oh, well, I
grabbed
started
the-
reading that too.
Yeah,
But
okay.
as I started, I read a lot of books and I had a lot of favorite authors. So that inspired me too, to be a novelist and to take on writing. So I'm happy to be finally doing it.
Right, right. Okay, well, now you're author of 2 books. You have recently released your new book, Flame of Retribution.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the book.
Sure. Well, it's about a couple who they get married, and on the night of their wedding, the groom is killed. So the wife tries to go after the killers and find justice. And that's what it's about.
Okay.
It's
That's the
thriller,
gist of the book.
mystery. Yeah.
Because I was going to say, through my research, I know that you you have like this passion, if you will, for thrillers and things like that. And I think Agatha Christie
Yes, yes.
and authors to
She's
to that
my
magnitude.
favorite, and
right.
she's
you
one of
said
my
that.
biggest influences. R.L. Stein, who you might know, wrote the Goosebumps series,
Yes,
but
I
he
used to
also
read
wrote a series, a more adult series called Fear Street, and that's what I used to read when I was in junior high school. So he really inspired
you
me
and
to
stuff.
go in the thriller direction, and then later on Edgar Allan Poe, and finally Agatha Christie, who is my biggest influence.
But your book, Flame of Retribution, it's a fictional novel?
Yeah, it's fictional.
Or is it,
Yeah, it's
okay,
fictional.
fictional.
Yeah, but it's definitely a thriller
Right.
and definitely inspired by that
Yeah.
genre. So.
Right. Okay, nice. Could you give us some advice on how we can make things happen? Because when I just asked the question, what age were you when you started reading and things like that? And your bio is you started at the age of 2. How could we, for those who can't start at the age of 2, okay, how can we kind of continue on our path and make things happen for ourselves?
That's a good question.
early on, let's say?
One thing I would say is clarity. That's a number one issue, is knowing exactly what you want to do. You can't really go anywhere until you know what it is you want to do. Once you know that, you can zero on that and make sure that everything that you do is in line with reaching that goal.
Right.
And then the next thing I would say is to just keep working. There's going to be adversities. There's going to be things that get in your path. But as long as you do a little bit every day towards your goal, before you know it, that goal will be realized.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going in a certain direction, and nothing can stop you but yourself. So
That's
just
right.
keep going.
That's true. Could you were on A Different World. I know at the time you couldn't remember the song. Could you just drop a verse or two of the song? Because before set, you were like, I was like, I've never heard that song again.
Well,
Tell us, so break it down how you did before we went on.
let me see. I know my parents love me.
Okay. Stand behind
Let
me.
me come what
one
may.
day. Yeah, we're telling our age now.
No, really,
Okay.
really. You know?
So
No, but that was a great experience. I'm glad to have been a
I'm
part
sure.
of that. That
I
was
used to
awesome.
go home. I remember coming home from school, watching The Cosby Show and A Different World, and I was just so amazed by it. So
Yeah, it was awesome. I got an opportunity. I still have my script, actually. All of them signed it.
I'm sure.
So
I'm sure.
It's a good memory.
Tell people how could we stay in contact with you? How could we support you? Tell us your social media sites.
Sure. So on Facebook, you can follow me at AJ Williams on Facebook. Oh, and there's the book, Flame of Retribution. On Instagram, it's nation_of_flame. So Nation of Flame. You can follow me there. And I'm also on Twitter at _Tabara _. So that's where you can follow me in reference to the book and how to get it. Oh, and for my website is www.class5incorporated.com, and that's where you can purchase the book and follow the movement and see what next events are coming up. So
Great book.
stay
I have
tuned.
my copy. I can't wait to start reading it.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the Natacha No Show.
Thank
I'm
you,
so glad to
Natacha.
have you. So we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Natacha knows. Natacha knows. You know what it is. Natacha knows.
Welcome back to the Natacha No Show. Today's guest is Miss Donna PERRIN, owner of Donna's Treats So Sweet. Ms. Donna has enjoyed baking for a long time, but over the past few years, it has grown from a weekend hobby to a full-time business. As a working mother, it became challenging for Donna to juggle a career, a hobby, and maintain the household. Yet using her hands to create things became Donna's inner peace within a chaotic world. Baking has truly given Donna an outlet to showcase her artistic abilities, and each day, with every cake, Donna's passion for baking increases. Please join me in welcoming the wonderful artistic baker herself, Miss Donna's Treats So Sweet. Welcome, and thank you for being on the Natacha No Show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I know, me too.
Okay, tell me, what are you up to? How is life treating you now?
Life is great. I'm busy. I'm definitely trying to get my name out there, doing many more appearances. I'm doing pop-up shops, fundraisers, sponsoring other people events. I'm doing vendor tables. Like, I'm trying to be everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. And it smells so good. But we're
Thank
going to get
you.
into that. So, what inspired you to start baking?
My mom. When we were young, she would always bake something for Sunday dinner. So it started with that, and then once I had kids, I made sure that I did the same.
Yeah, nice. How do you manage to juggle being a mother and an entrepreneur at this point?
I still don't know. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I really don't know.
So walk us through briefly a typical morning, or say for instance you have a order of like 100 cupcakes that you have to get out, and the kids are one child doesn't want to get out of the bed, the other one is in the bathroom with the door locked.
Every day.
So walk us through that moment.
Okay, so I wake up probably about 6:30 after going to bed about 2:30, 3:30 in the morning. Once they're up and we fight to get them out to go to school, I come back and I have to have time for me. take a quick
That's
nap.
important.
It is.
Is time for you ever eating some of your goodies?
You know what? I don't want it. Like
Really?
I see it and smell it so much, I
Yeah.
don't want it.
No, so
I
you're
don't
not
want
like
it.
a sweets person.
I mean, of
or
course,
like-
I have to taste it because I want to make sure it's right. But I used to be. But
Yeah.
doing it, it kills it. It
Yeah,
kills
yeah.
it. You know. So just like if you make cigarettes or something like that, you don't want to touch
You
it.
don't wanna- right. So there's an expression, right? If you can't stand the heat, then stay out of the kitchen. I say,
Yes,
out,
yes,
okay,
yes.
out of the kitchen.
Yes.
What are the like pros and cons of baking?
Well, the pros is that, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, and the possibility of making whatever money you want to create as your own income. So that's the really good pros about it. And you can pretty much do whatever. The possibilities are endless. But the cons, people think baking a cake is so easy. There's times where I've literally thrown the whole cake out like hours before delivery because it just doesn't come out right, you know?
Then you just make another one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your cakes
Yeah.
are very elaborate. We're going to get into how we can follow you on social
Okay.
media. I saw one cake that you made. I think it was a tier level cake, and it had, I don't know if it was like for 80s or hip hop party, but it had like a mixing table with the DJ,
The rope chain, everything.
the door knocker earrings from back in the day. I was like, who is this
Graffiti.
edible? And all of your things are edible, right?
Yes, it's all edible,
that's
Imogen.
amazing.
Yes,
And so
yes.
you hand paint.
No.
You had me, I did a YouTube. I had to watch because I was like, is this woman that creative and that artistic? So I watched a YouTube and the history of like baking and how they used to take the little gold dust, which is edible, and they used to paint the cakes with that. Do you actually do that? Or do you do
stencils.
stencils?
Well,
and
they have
molding?
many molds out there now, but because I draw, I do a lot of my own templates.
Right.
I don't have time to go order and buy and purchase, so I do a lot of my own templates and I handcraft a lot of stuff myself.
Right.
But yeah, there's plenty of molds and stuff out there. Everything exists.
That's something maybe you can get into too.
Yeah,
Start
maybe.
making molds and
Yeah,
selling that
yeah.
too.
You know what?
See, you heard it first on the Natacha No Show. Donna's Treat So Sweet molding.
That's right. There you
Coming
go.
to a store near you.
There you go.
Okay. With that said, tell us, how can we follow you on social media? How can we support? How can we get some of these goodies that you're going to tell us about?
You guys can always order. You can order from my Instagram page. I have an email and my phone number directly on there, which is at Donna Street So Sweet. And I'm also...
Can you spell that out?
Sure. It's DONNAS, TREATSSOSWEET, all one word. And then I'm on Facebook, Donna's Treat So Sweet, all separately spelled out.
Nice. Okay. You care to tell us about what we have here?
Sure. So
I'm
this
gonna
is
bite
a
into it a
replica.
minute.
This is a replica of Good Humor ice cream bars. So this is strawberry shortcake, and then that's the infamous chocolate eclair.
Nice. Yes. Sorry, guests. I mean, you're welcome to be a guest on the Natacha No Show, but today this is for us. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
the
having
Natacha
me.
No Show. Yes. So excited for what's to come for you and things like that. We definitely should stay in contact.
Absolutely.
Networking is key. So I just want to get into the Natacha No Show. It's a social commentary show exploring entertainment and trending news through interviews with extraordinary people while we're all living in the moment. The positive affirmation for today: wake up in the morning and start the day off right by saying something positive to yourself. Today I woke up and told myself today will be a good day. It started off a little rocky, yet I remember what I said to myself. So it changed really quickly. Thank you to all of my guests for being on the Natacha No Show. So tune in next week to the Natacha No Show. Peace and love.
Natasha knows.